youth culture, and what we now discuss as drug abuse. Honorable Peller, thank you for joining us on the program. Let me begin by asking you first if you acknowledge that nightclubs play a significant role in the issue of drug abuse, and how are founders and owners of these clubs reacting to this reality?
Thank you very much. Firstly, I apologize that I'm not able to be in studio personally today. There's actually, I think, a misconception between my media secretary and TVC. And he knows that I'm always passionate about anything that has to do with, the teeming youth of our great country. So definitely, it is something that he knows that I'll definitely get my attention. But unfortunately, today happens to be the 80th birthday celebration of my stepfather. So the whole family is here. So I said to them that no matter what it takes, I would make sure that at least I spend some time to be able to, to exchange ideas on this, because this is actually a problem that I see that affects, the engine of Nigeria. Because when I say the engine of Nigeria, if you look at the population of the youth in Nigeria, we have at least about 56%, that is, possible to use to get addicted to drugs. And, between these, at least between the age of 18 and 35, is actually the company's workforce, so which becomes, the engine room of the country. And if they are swept away by drug abuse, then it means that the economy is stalls. So whether we like it or not, I think it's a problem that we actually need to, pay so much attention, to. Yes, the entertainment industry in general is not just about, talking about nightclubs. We talk about, the entertainment industry, because even now, if you look at, the entertainers, the kind of picture that they paint, with when, they are shooting music videos, when they make people to want to show that they arrived, they are there, showing all sorts of things, like maybe from smoking weeds and things like that. And this doesn't mean that we need to keep, to ban songs, but what we need to do is actually to create another dimension, for people to actually see that there are incentives, for people who actually represent, what is meant, the way that it's meant to be represented. Then looking at, the nightclub, like I'll talk from Quillock's perspective. As I speak, I'll use this opportunity to commend, the good work of the commander of NDLA in Lagos, that's Abubakar Wali, because as we speak, the club and NDLA, they are going into having like an agreement, to see how we can be able to, curb drug use, in Lagos. So, and I know they've been going back and forth with the management, looking at, what is required for Quilocks to do as a brand, and what is required for NDLA as well to do as a brand. Because if you look at Nigeria as it is now, I think even looking at, the legislative harm of the laws that surrounds, people using drug, we need to first of all separate these laws from a user to somebody that is peddling. A user of drugs is somebody that needs help. Somebody that is peddling is somebody that is making money from illicit business. So there are two different things. So, and I think that by now we need to even look at when they seize, the proceed, of all these, the proceeds of the funds that they seize, or the properties that they seize from users. Do they just convert it to government revenue, or they should find a way to convert it to start building rehabilitation centers, to start building, ways to be able to help people out of this. So there are two, different things that I think that as the people that we work, and this is exactly, I'm just speaking from Quillock's angle,
All right.
Because this is what Quillox should be doing with the NDLA.
Let's talk
To
about
find
nightclubs for a
solution,
minute, Honorable
you know,
Peller,
as a
if you can hear me, because you mentioned that there's a relation